what equipment do I need to make music? This is a good question. And I have another question here that is after this one, that also talks a little bit about equipment. But I would say if you are starting out, if you are on a budget, you just need a laptop and a DAW. That's it. You don't need anything else. You need a laptop. I started this YouTube journey with a second-hand laptop, and this second-hand laptop cost me 400 euros. And at the time, it was a lot of money. It's still a lot of money, but at the time, I was way broker than I am now. And yeah, it's just like I had to invest in a computer, and I had also to invest in a DAW. And my first DAW, the DAW that I bought was FL Studio. And from that point on, I decided to start making music. And I did make music with some really creepy headphones that I still have somewhere around here. I don't know where, but I have some really creepy and old banged up headphones that I made music with. And it took me like 2 years to get something like these headphones, which I don't know the name actually. Let's see. M50X from what? Audio Technica. You might be screaming, what the hell, man? You don't even know the brand of your headphones. I don't. It's just, they sound good. I like them. That's it. And I do some reviews, or I've watched some reviews, and then I just bought them because I know they are really good. And I really enjoyed it. And I want now to have some other headphones for better mixing, which are the open-ended back headphones. But I would say to start to, like, if you are really limited on your budget, you need a laptop and a DAW. Just those two. Of course, you can use headphones. You can have some headphones, but chances are you already have some headphones. You can have the headphones that come with your cell phone, with your smartphone. You can have. I bet that you have headphones in your laying around everywhere in your own place. If you don't, you also need some headphones and maybe a mouse, because working with a trackpad is not that easy. Yeah, that's it in terms of really small budget. The next thing that you need to start making music is you need some keyboard. That will be the second thing. If your budget is also limited but a little bit bigger, you need, again, laptop, a DAW, some headphones, and a keyboard. I could recommend you something like this. I have here the Akai Fire. That could work, but I would say that it's better to have something like that, a keyboard with physical keys, because that will help you to make melodies. If you don't know how to play, don't worry, it's not hard, and with practice you get better. But I would say that those are the essentials. You need a keyboard, you need a mouse, you need a laptop, a DAW, and some headphones. That's the basic thing. The next thing after that is an audio interface. And actually, that's the order. The next thing is an audio interface to increase your quality of the sound. And you can still just use headphones with your audio interface. That's fine. If you have some really good headphones, if you can afford them, that will help you in your productions. But if you can have all the best gear in the world, but if your concepts of making music are not good, the sound will sound horrible at the end, or will not sound good at the end. So we should not focus on hardware. If we have limitations, that's fine. I've used FL Studio, the producer version, which was very limited. I used it for years. Only last 3 or 4 months that I bought the all plugin edition, that I have the highest version of FL Studio. So it took me like 4 years to get to that point, and 4 years to get to the point where I'm at, where I have some gear there. I have a Shure NT1A microphone. I have this microphone. I have a TD3, I have a Focusrite, I have a DBX preamplifier, I have studio monitors from Adam Audio, I have sound panels, I have this camera, I have lights. What else do I have? I have 2 keyboards, one from Arturia, another one from Audio. I have a bunch of gear here that I acquired through the years, but only because I started with very low requirements. I started with what I had, and I improved upon it. But that's it. Afterwards, after you having a laptop, a DAW, some headphones, a keyboard, audio interface, I would say, okay, you need now probably some speakers. And afterwards, I don't know, maybe that's when you after you have the basic setup, you have to go ahead and you can go ahead and have higher quality gear, and you can spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars or euros in gear, but you can then after start buying synthesizers. That's really fun. That's why I bought TD3 from Behringer, because I wanted to start the feeling of having real knobs to mess with things and parameters and filters and all this stuff. And I also, because I do this streaming stuff and I record videos, I need microphones, and I also have a preamplifier. So if you need to record stuff, you also need a microphone and a preamplifier. That would really help. But if you don't, you can just plug a microphone into the audio interface, and that's it. So I think that's what you need, the basics that you need to make music. Of course, we could talk for hours about new gear and gear that you need and you don't need and this and that, and that's amazing and that's not. But if you have, nowadays you can have a mid-tier laptop with a decent DAW and some headphones and a keyboard, and you might be doing hits on your bedroom. It's all about the skill. Afterwards, you also need the skill, not just the gear, not just the material. You also have to have knowledge, and that knowledge only comes from courses, learning, books, YouTube. You can build your entire music career just off YouTube for free, and that's really powerful nowadays. So, and that's another thing that I do is I watch a lot of tutorials, I watch a lot of videos whenever I want to improve on something.